My first guests are the kind of friends you definitely want to have. You know, the super handy and talented type. The Brownstone Boys, Jordan and Barry, started out sharing their brownstone renovation projects on social media. And from that came the clients. And before long, the Brownstone Boys had a successful business renovating old homes and sharing DIY projects. All the TV shows and projects have culminated into their new book, For the Love of Renovating. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh my gosh, I'm really, really excited about this. How did you all get into this?
Completely by accident, actually. So we bought a house together, and we decided it was a historic home. We were going to renovate it, and we started sharing things on social media about our renovation, and we started a blog about it, and we had a little bit of a community around our project, and all of a sudden we had a client, and then another client, and we decided to quit our full-time jobs and do this full-time, and now it's been about 5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, and we've just finished our 26th historic home renovation.
That is amazing. And what did you all do before? Did I hear something about a baker and a tech?
Yes, that's right. I was a baker.
Okay.
My journey started, I put myself through film school, but I worked at a bakery. And the guys that were expanding into a larger bakery, so they helped designing a kitchen, and it became a passion project of mine, designing the kitchen for the new bakery. And they referred me out to a popular ice cream company that I helped design 15 ice cream shops in New York City.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And working together, I imagine this has its pros, its cons. When you argue, is there someone that wins on design? How is it?
Jordan always wins.
That's not true.
But no, we learned how to compromise over the years. I mean, we bought our house after dating for 6 months. So we really got to know each other through renovating a historic home, doing a lot of work ourselves. That's where we really learned a lot about what we do now. Now we work for clients, and we learned through our project, and we figured everything out about one another as well during that time. But it's good. I think it's super fun that we own a business together and we work together every day, and we're very passionate about what we do. And yes, it is difficult sometimes, but it's got
worth it.
Got more
I
pros
wouldn't
and
have
cons.
done it without anybody else. So even on those challenging days, it's all worth it.
That is so special, and you can just tell you guys both have so much passion. And we're going to do a DIY project. I guess you all are both going to teach me something.
Yes.
So Jordan, you're going to head to the kitchen to set up. But Barry, you and I are first here. What are we doing?
You got this, Kelly.
I hope I have it.
We're going to get your hands dirty a little bit, if that's okay.
Okay, yes. I wore white pants, so that's perfect today.
Nice. Perfect. So what we're going to show you how to do here is called lime wash painting. And it's a really beautiful technique. It's actually been done for hundreds of years. It's a very old traditional technique, but it's become very, very popular here recently. And it creates this really beautiful texture that you see here on these two boards.
Yeah.
2 different colors that we did there. You get this variation, this beautiful texture and depth on the wall. And so we love to bring this into our projects to make spaces more unique, to bring in more character. And people, a lot of people know about it and kind of want to do it and are interested in it, but they're a little scared of it and don't know exactly how to do it. But it's actually very easy. And the best thing about it, my favorite thing,
Okay.
the best thing about it, my favorite thing, is it's also very forgiving. You can do your own thing, you can make it your own. So I'm going to show you how to do it right now.
Yes, please.
There are a few things that you need. First of all, you do have to have a lime wash paint.
Okay.
And lime wash, basically what it is it's a paint pigment that has ground up limestone in it. And that limestone that's ground up in there is what gives it this beautiful texture and this gorgeous variation that you see here. You also have to have an acrylic primer, and you need to prime the wall. So if the wall was previously painted, if it's just a drywall wall that's painted before, you have to prime it with an acrylic primer, and that's going to make this lime wash stick to it. And the last thing that you need, which is my favorite part, is the block brush. So it's a brush that has a whole lot of surface area on it, and that's also going to help us get those beautiful brush strokes and all that variation. So we have our board that we're going to paint on here. It's already been primed.
Okay.
We have our lime wash paint right here, and we have our block brush. So let me show you how to do this. So we don't want to get a lot of paint on the brush, just a little bit. And we do these crisscross motions like this, and we form what we call a cloud. So I'm forming a little cloud here. You want to go all the way to the paint thins out, and then I'm going to dip again, and I'm going to
dab it. You're dabbing a little.
Just dab it a little bit off, yep, because you don't want too much paint on the brush.
Okay.
And I'm going to form another cloud, and I'm going to bring those together. So as you form these little clouds over and over again, that's what's going to give you that beautiful variation. So
is there a certain wall that I need to like stay away from too, or can any wall be primed and have lime wash on it?
Any
is that
wall,
a dumb question?
That is a great question, and any wall can be lime washed. It actually works really well on brick, and you don't have to prime it on brick. You can just put this right on top of the brick. But if it's drywall, or if it's a wall that's previously been painted, you want to prime it for sure. So why don't you go ahead and give it a go? Give us another little cloud right down here.
A little cloud. Let me know how my texture is.
You're doing amazing, and that's what's great. You can make your own thing with this.
This is a remix.
It's
over
very
here.
forgiving, and what you want to do here is the really important thing is you want to keep a live edge. So you don't want to start on one side of the wall and then move to the other side of the wall. You want to kind of move across the wall in one motion.
So not up and down, but you want it to go like side to side.
Side to side, yep. And so you always want that edge to stay wet. So if it dries, you get some weird like lines and stuff. But yeah, you're doing really great. And again, it's so forgiving. This is after one coat. This is what it looks like. So you don't see a lot of variation in it. But after 2 or 3 coats, then you're going to see that variation come out. It's very beautiful. And we have this in our book for the Love of Renovating.
I know, that's what I want to talk about.
This tutorial is in there.
The book is out, so tell me about when this came out and what people can expect in the book.
It's been out for about 2 weeks now. We're really excited about it. We basically just downloaded everything that was in our heads about design and renovation, walking through step by step from purchasing the fixer-upper to organizing the renovation to room by room, how to design your kitchen, how to design your bathroom. And then we have these really fun little DIY tutorials throughout. So lime washing, and Jordan's going to show you some more fun stuff.
Yes.
And we really wanted to make it very accessible and for anyone renovating a house or a room in their house. And we just love empowering people to do these types of projects.
Oh my gosh, that is really amazing, and you've empowered me today. I actually feel like I should go home. I have a rental, but maybe they won't mind
if
I
lime wash those
lime
walls.
wash a little accent wall. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead now for my second DIY project and check in with Jordan. Hi again, Jordan.
Hi, Kelly. Welcome to the kitchen.
Yes. Oh my gosh, what are we doing today? What is in this pot?
So I'm going to blow your mind, and I have a DIY project that anyone can tackle. When Barry and I first started, we were scared to take on some DIY projects. But something that was very important for us was restoring original details.
Yes.
And when we go inside homes, something that still shocks us is the amount of paint that they use to cover these beautiful details.
I know, I see that all the time in like rentals.
Yeah, so here I have hardware that came from one of our projects, and this is a door hinge that you can tell there's just layers and layers and layers upon paint on these beautiful door hinges, the doorknobs, and even the back plates to the door hardware. So what I have here is a crock pot, and this one has been on for about 6 hours while the segment's been going. And something that is going to blow your mind is in this crock pot is all of some of the other hardware that we have found on projects. So what we do is we fill the crock pot with water and just a little dap of dish soap here.
Okay.
So I'm just going to throw that in an additional soap here. And then what I do is I take the hardware with all of the paint on it and I just throw it in the crock pot. This is fresh, so I'm going to show you what some of this hardware has been looking like after 6 hours.
That was in 6 hours.
This
and it's already like kind of
You can see all of the paint peeling back here. You see all of the different layers here. And what we're seeing, I can already tell that this is some beautiful brass hardware.
It is. And so is that going to be looking?
Absolutely. So I take this out around 6 to 8 hours, turn it off, and remind you, again, you want to use a crock pot that you're not going to use again.
Okay.
So we always go to Goodwill and we find one for like $5.
Love
Just
that.
use it for your restoration projects.
Yes, that's not for cooking, and the other one for restoration projects.
So after this comes out of here, I just spray on a little WD, and that is to prevent it from the paint rusting onto the hardware. And then just take a simple pick. This one we got on Amazon, a couple bucks. And then you are just gonna start picking all of that paint off of this hardware.
Look at how beautiful that is underneath. Oh my gosh.
It is just mind-blowing seeing how people can just cover this up with all of this beautiful detail and this original detail here, literally covered in paint, which is just so upsetting.
It is.
That's what we really take pride in, is bringing everything back to its original glory. And this is the hardware
that is just like
after
so
fully restored.
elevated and stunning, and you would think that you had to like rip everything off and purchase that, but it's just restoring it in that way. And where does your love, I love this story I heard about where your love of brownstones came from as a young child. Tell me about
so
this.
I grew up in Las Vegas where there were no brownstones.
Okay.
But on my TV, I was obsessed with Sesame Street as a kid. And I remember just looking at Sesame Street and seeing all the beautiful brownstones and the community that they all sat on the stoops of the brownstones. And I told my parents, Mom, that's where I want to live. So that really inspired me to move to New York City. And I really think it became my obsession with all the brownstones in New York.
And now you're the Brownstone Boy.
And now I'm a Brownstone boy. And it's really special. And we just love the community component of what we do as well, too. Because brownstones really take on all of that community component. And we just love our neighbors, we love our community, and we love restoring old homes.
And everyone loves you all for all your tips and more and who you guys are as people. Thank you, thank you. And just a reminder, the Brownstone Boys will be at Rejuvenation in Seattle tonight, June 20th from 6 to 8 p.m.